just not clear. There are any number of reasons why a battery could explode in a car. We should remain calm and let the police investigate and give their findings, that whether it is terror related or whether it's just an accident. Because every second day we are getting reports of cars catching fire due to various, faulty wiring or things like that. We must remain calm. We must look into the incident in detail, and then only then only arrive at a conclusion. My advice is that we should wait and see what are the actual facts before we take any.
Latest visuals, close proximity visuals to the left of the screen, viewers, shows the extent of the fire. It's been quite intense. The fire is spread out a bit. Thankfully, so far, the fire services have confirmed to Anshul that there have been no injuries. So was this a parked car, unoccupied? Were people able to move to safety? Because the car seems to be blown to smithereens. Right now, we don't see any part of the car still available, although the blaze is black smoke coming out. Are these indicators of anything, General Pandey?
Yeah, I think I'll go with the co-panelists here, because right now to presume the worst may not be appropriate. However, the most important part is there are no casualties that are being confirmed. And as you say, the black plumes can be also because of the fuel and the battery which would have burned. That is a possibility, because these cars today are highly combustible, and being the kind of components which are used to construct these cars will result into a black plume per se. So it may not be the reason of an explosion being explosive itself. So we'll have to wait and actually come to some sort of a conclusion what is the reason behind it.
Yes, the pictures, do they give us any clues? Anshul, are you there? Anshul, do we have any update? Anvit is with us. Anvit, yes, what's the latest, Anvit? What's happened at the Red Fort station?
So it was around 6:55 p.m. that a blast sound was heard in a car, and what we are being told is that the senior officials are on the spot because the car also caught fire. And the explosion was such that nearby vehicles have also been impacted. The people who were standing in the vicinity are also reported to be injured. However, Delhi Fire Services teams that are on the spot right now and trying to douse the fire and contain the situation, they are saying that no grievous injury has been reported so far. However, there are some news reports of people being dead, but so far Delhi Fire Services has confirmed that there is no death reported or confirmed so far. But anyone who has been reporting injury will be rushed to a hospital. But right now the priority of Delhi Fire Services is to contain the fire that is in one vehicle. People are also reporting that there was a blast sound. Now it needs to be confirmed. Police are on the spot, and they are confirming if it was an explosion or whether it was just a vehicle that exploded for some reason. So that all is being looked into. It is also being confirmed what kind of vehicle it was, whether it was a commercial vehicle or a private one, or it was individual owned, or whether it was a taxi or a cab. So these details are being looked into. Delhi Police is on spot, so are the Delhi Fire Service.
And there are reports of one person being dead and some people getting injuries, multiple injuries, because the pictures show the intensity is quite huge, because there are bikes which are blown, there are other cars which are severely damaged, along with the fact that the car that exploded, or which was the reason for this blast sound, does not seem to be there in one piece at all. There are no remains. It's all blown to smithereens. So at that time, and given that, they are saying that one person is feared dead. These are unconfirmed reports yet. Anvit, what are the authorities saying?
The authorities have not yet confirmed the death, but they are saying that grievous injury to some people have been reported. However, because it's also a busy area in front of the Red Fort, it's a crowded area, so crowd management is also a task. So what the police are doing right now is that senior officials have reached the spot. They're trying to vacate the area as well, and those who are injured are being rushed to hospital. We called up a senior official, and he said that he is also at the spot, and they're trying to confirm if injuries to people are because of the blast or because there was a kind of a minor stampede-like situation time when this blast took place, the explosion took place, and because of the fire. So there could be injuries because of there were a lot of people also. So people were pushing each other to get out of that place. So that also could be a reason. However, the vehicle that has caught fire, that is huge. The fire, we are being told, is massive in nature, and that is why the first priority of Delhi Fire Services is to contain the fire in the vehicle.
Right.
And the police, however, at the same time are trying to control the mob and trying to find out who were the injured, and they are being taken to safe place.
Right. Okay, viewers, we're trying to put out the pictures and we'll be very careful because some pictures may be a little disturbing. There are reports that people have had grievous injuries and there could be one person dead. Anything which is going to be disturbing for the viewer, we will try and ensure that we try and gloss over it. But viewers at home, please use your own discretion as to who's watching these pictures. Now, if you can go full frame to the picture on the extreme right, that shows a car and a bike and also a lot of parts, vehicle parts. Now, this is the part. Now, you see that there's a white color car which is showing a lot of damage, but it's not on fire. And around that, it's a circular area. It's like a ring in which this entire fire is blazing, and it's really blazing. People are all around. Now, this is that. It looks like a motorcycle that's been blown to bits. There are other pictures also there. Other vehicles also which have been blown to bits. There's a car, and then there are fire service, fire tenders, 7 fire tenders being pressed into service that are trying to clearly douse the fire. But the intensity seems to be close to this vehicle, whose doors and all, the windows are smashed, the doors have come to pieces. There is an auto rickshaw which is damaged. You see the auto rickshaw. It looks like a parking lot area where this has happened, viewers. This is the first set of visuals. The second set of visuals shows the set of the intense blaze and the amount of fire, and also a lot of people at the center. The visual to the left of your screens, viewers, that's where we see the blaze. It's raging. Look at the fire tenders pressed into service. The pictures, it's really raging. The blaze is raging, really hot, and it's a larger ring. It's quite a large ring. Now, there you go. These are more pictures that we are bringing you, viewers. And look at it. There is a huge crowd. People are making videos. Look at the amount of damage. If you can go to the top left visual and just go full frame on that, where people are trying to use their mobile phones to record, and you would see at the top left, there you go. That's the intensity of the blaze. There are a few vehicles which are all damaged, and right at the center is the entire epicenter of the fire. Huge fire, and we can't make out what vehicle is there at the center. And we could see that same white car which was damaged earlier in the previous set of visuals. That is there at the far ground, at the background actually. And in the near ground, there are people trying to jump over a wall, but we see vehicles which have borne the brunt of the impact of the blast. And there are windows and panels which are damaged. But right at the center is this entire ring of fire. That's where we saw an auto rickshaw damaged, a motorcycle damaged. So there has been considerable extent of damage to vehicles, and it looks like it's a parking lot. But people, when they tried to run away from there, did that cause a minor stampede? Did somebody get hurt there? And because of that, have we lost one person? Or is it because of the impact of the blast that was caused because of the explosion? We'll have to wait and watch. What triggered this explosion? We need confirmation. As of now, the authorities are not calling it a nefarious act. Was it because a battery went off, or because of that, the fuel in the car also burst? Because you see, it's fuel burning. The black plumes of smoke showcase the smokes are indicative. If it is white, grey, black, that's the nature of the incendiary device. That's what changes. What's causing the fire? That could also change. General Pandey with us, Kulbir Krishanji is with us. General Pandey, now we've got more pictures. What is your assessment? This clearly looks more than an accident.
Correct.
Or does it?
Again, the black plume is indicator, why you said very correctly, in case there was an explosion, because of certain amount of explosive and all the color system would have been different. But what is amazing is that it's about 25 minutes since the time the blast has taken place and the fire is still raging. That means the amount of fuel or the content which is fueling this fire was quite significant. Is it because of the environment where it was located, and in case the entire vehicle has just been blown off and there's nothing much left of it, that means not just a simple blast of a battery or maybe a gas cylinder which was kept inside, but there's something much more which has triggered this thing. It may be still be an accident, but the vehicle may be carrying some inflammable material which has resulted in this kind of a blast which has taken off the vehicle and damaged other vehicles around it.
Viewers, we on this broadcast we were discussing terror modules, and we have two security analysts who've seen a lot, who worked on intelligence, and who've also seen blasts, explosions, and also the result of it. Kulbir Krishanji, Manoj Kumar Gupta, our security affairs editor, group editor, saying that there is no crater at the spot. There's a lot of fire, there is plumes of smoke, but and an explosive device would have also caused a crater. There's no crater visible. MHA officials are saying that as of now, to say anything, it's premature. They're going to look at immediately, central agencies are getting involved. Delhi Police Commissioner has spoken with senior MHA officials, so the Home Ministry is getting involved. This is Delhi, obviously national capital, Red Fort, and again, something like this will get the attention and, of course, immediate response of all the central agencies. But what's your assessment, Kulbirji, as you see these pictures?
See, what happens is when there's an explosion, no matter what be the cause of the explosion, it has a secondary effect in the sense there are cars parked next door to it, there are bikes parked next to it, they also explode. So the fuel in them also catches fire. So what happens is that it's not just one single blast. The blast causes secondary explosions, and it causes panic. People run around, near stampede-like situation arises. So the first thing which the police try to do is to secure the area, form a perimeter so that they can clear that area and then start looking for clues as to what happened and what was the cause of the fire or what was the cause of the explosion. So, and it's dark, it's difficult, but the police have to do it and they will do it, I am sure. So these things, you set up an outer perimeter, an inner perimeter, and the forensics and the police search systematically in a grid type of way to reach to the
Now we're getting more pictures. Kulbirji, we're getting more pictures. Arunima is with us. Oh, you can see the extent of damage. It's quite intense. Look at the picture that's come in just now. It's a WhatsApp video left of your screen. We'll try and go full screen. There you go. Fire officials are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One can count at least 7. There you go. 8. 9, 10, minimum 10 to 12 vehicles that have suffered intense amount of damage. This is a lot of damage that the cars around this place, this vehicle that's actually been the epicenter of the blast, the vehicles all around have suffered intense damage. And there is no crater. There is no crater, and this is the vehicle right behind the person in the check shirt that's been doused totally now. But it's smashed, it's gone. There's nothing that you can see of the vehicle that was the core of the blast. But look at the damage that's been caused to the vehicles all around. Now, is this a natural kind of damage that would happen if a battery-operated car with fuel in it, perhaps a full tank, would explode? General Pandey. Arunima is with us with some details. I'll come back to you, General Pandey and Kulbir Krishanji. Yes, Arunima.
So, prima facie, what has been reported to Ministry of Home Affairs, Delhi Police falls under Ministry of Home Affairs, is that prima facie, it looks like that a vehicle which was fitted with a CNG cylinder, that was at the epicenter of this blast. So, prima facie, police is looking at whether the CNG cylinder in this vehicle exploded, the vehicle caught fire, and subsequently other vehicles in the vicinity, either parked or in the vicinity, caught fire as well. Why is police looking at this angle particularly and not immediately jumping to the three-letter word IED? Is because at that spot, prima facie, again I must emphasize on that word, prima facie, they have now not spotted any kind of splinters or any big crater or even the glass around that area, because we are told this is near the metro station. So even the glass around that area, when even a Sukli bomb explodes, when even a homemade bomb explodes, usually the impact is borne by the glass windows around that area. We saw that in Rohini and near the CRPF school also. But because that kind of prima facie probe has not given immediately such evidence, so police is A, not ruling out anything at this stage, too early. B, they're saying that we are looking into the CNG vehicle anger because that the vehicle which bore the brunt of it, it appears it was a CNG fitted vehicle. But we'll have to wait for a little more time.
Right.
Forensic
Arunima,
teams are
just
en
wait
route.
on. We got Mr. Avinash Kumar Malik from the fire department. Avinash ji, namaste. What can you tell us about what happened at Red Fort, sir?
नमस्कार सर, हमारे पास जो सूचना आई थी वो 6:55 पे आई थी शाम को कि चांदनी चौक के मेट्रो स्टेशन के बाहर कुछ एक्सप्लोजन हुआ है और कुछ कारों में आग है। उसके ऊपर हमने गाड़ियां रिस्पॉन्ड करी थी। टोटल 7 यूनिट्स हमारी टर्न आउट हुई थी
जी,
और उसका स्टॉप मैसेज आ गया है हमारे पास 7:29 पे
जी। तो आप कह रहे
हैं छह गाड़ियां हैं, 2 ई रिक्शा है और एक ऑटो है जो इन्वॉल्व थे, लेकिन अभी कैजुअलिटी क्या है वो हम अभी पता लगा रहे हैं। वहाँ पर कोई कैजुअलिटी भी है या नहीं, ये हम अभी ढूंढ रहे हैं।
जी, आप कह रहे हैं कि 7:29 पे आपने फायर को काबू में कर लिया है?
बुझ गई थी सर पूरी तरह 7:29 पे।
7:29 फायर इज आउट। पर प्राइमा फेसाई क्या लग रहा है वजह?
देखिए वजह तो सर पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेट करेगी, ये पुलिस का डोमेन है, हमारा नहीं।
हाँ, पर आपके हिसाब से
हम इसमें कुछ कमेंट नहीं कर पाएंगे सर। हम आपको ये बता सकते हैं आग कब लगी थी, हमारी गाड़ियां कब गई थी और कब आग बुझी।
और क्या आग जो थी किसी एक गाड़ी की वजह से लगी थी, जो कोर जो सेंटर पे था गाड़ी के आग
ये
के?
सर बता पाना बहुत मुश्किल है। हाँ। वीडियो आपका है, हम आप वीडियो ग्रुप पे डाल देंगे, आप वहां से ले लीजिएगा, देख लीजिएगा। उसमें कुछ गाड़ियां जली हुई हैं, कुछ शैटर्ड है। पर
क्या वहां पर कोई क्रेटर दिखा सर, जो आपके ऑफिशियल्स को, जहां पर?
ये अभी मेरी नॉलेज में नहीं है
जी, नहीं लगा। लेकिन आप कह रहे हैं 6:55 को आपको इतला मिली थी और 7:29 को आग काबू में कर ली गई है। जी। और कुछ वहां पर कैजुअलिटीज, कुछ इंजरीज
वो अभी हम फाइंड आउट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लोगों से पता कर रहे हैं, आसपास पुलिस भी पता कर रही है, हम भी पता कर रहे हैं कि कोई कैजुअलिटीज में कहाँ थी। तो
पर आपकी टीम को कोई चोटिल दिखे वहां पर, या जो
नहीं? अभी तक हमें कोई कैजुअलिटी वहां एनकाउंटर नहीं हुआ सीन पे।
जी, आपको नहीं एनकाउंटर हुआ। ठीक है जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच। आई थिंक आपकी टीम हैज बीन वेरी क्विक टू रिस्पॉन्ड। अविनाश जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच। सो अविनाश जी फ्रॉम द फायर डिपार्टमेंट टेलिंग अस दे रिसीव्ड अ कॉल एट 6:55 and at 7:29 the fire has been doused. So viewers, what you are seeing on your screens are visuals between 6:55 and 7:29 p.m. 7:29 p.m. the official confirmation is that the fire has been doused and the area is under control. But there is also more numbers. 6 cars, 2 e-rickshaws and 2 autos have been damaged. The damage has been caused to 6 cars, 2 e-rickshaws and 2 autos. And the fire has now been doused. The fire officials not willing to tell us the reason for the fire, the impact or the core vehicle and what their assessment is, because they've left that to the police and the forensic team. But the fire department saying they will release more visuals and more videos very soon that could give us a picture. Fresh visuals coming in at the top left of the screen where there are ambulances, fire, the agencies. Let's go full frame to that if we can. The area being cordoned off with barricades, and there is no fire right now. That's what. So confirmation that there is no fire. Anshul now joining us live. Yes, Anshul.
So yes, it has been confirmed that the fire has been doused at 7:29. The cooling down operations are still underway. The manner in which this entire blast has happened, it is definitely prima facie. It is seeming like that either it happened from a battery of a vehicle or could be from a CNG of a vehicle. It is not seeming like an IED blast at this point. However, top officers of the Delhi Police are on ground zero. They have already reached over there. Forensic teams are on their way at this point in time to reach Red Fort. And once they reach over there, then we could get a clearer picture as to what was the exact reason for this blast. But what fire department has told us that there are no casualties that have been seen by them. However, there are chances that there could be at least 3 to 4 injuries that could have been reported in this entire incident, and that is something that is being confirmed by Delhi Police, because according to the locals on the ground, what we are being told is that as soon as the blast happened, the blast-like sound came out, there were a few people
Anshul, I'm just interrupting you. Are you saying that the police is saying there is no casualty, there is no death?
And definitely no reports of deaths have come in at this point in time. But yes, there could be some injuries.
So some injuries, but no death. So earlier there was some assumption that one person is feared dead. So that the cops are saying that no, that's not the case.
So yes, at this point they have told us that there are no deaths, but however there are few injuries whom people have been taken to hospital. These people were taken to hospital by the local people who were present over there. Even before the police and fire department could reach over there, all these people were removed. Whoever had gotten injured, they were removed from there by the locals who were present on the spot, and they themselves took them to the nearest hospital where they are admitted and under treatment. So in the next few minutes, we are awaiting for an official statement to come in from the Delhi police, which would clear the entire picture as to what has transpired and what could be the reason for this tragic incident.
Anshul, just we'll keep your mic on and we will jump into you and come back to you the moment we have the statement. Lot of sirens going, but stand by. Stand by, viewers, here on CNN News 18 for the first official statement from the Delhi police. From the police commissioner himself, we'll get a statement very soon. The incident call report came in at 18:55 hours to the fire department. 7 fire tenders were rushed to the Red Fort metro station where a blast was reported. At 7:29 p.m. IST, the fire was doused. There are no craters visible there. It looks like it had happened with a battery-operated car that exploded, caused the blast, caused damage to 6 cars, 2 e-rickshaws and 2 autos around. And this fire that was seen earlier raging has been brought under control. There are a few people who are injured, but the authorities are saying no deaths. As of now, the authorities are saying there are no deaths. But we will wait for the full statement from the minutes of the incident occurring. The fire was brought under control and doused. That's what the fire department has confirmed. It's the first official confirmation from the Delhi Deputy Chief of Fire Services, saying at 7:29 p.m. the fire was doused. So this is from earlier. This is the core. This is the center. We see vehicles all around, viewers. And as we see vehicles all around, those vehicles suffered the impact of this battery-operated car. That we've got confirmation, and that exploded. And that's what caused damage in and around.
पहुंचकर आपको दिखा रहा है वो तस्वीर है। ये देखिए बिल्कुल नीचे आपको कांच बिखरा हुआ नजर आएगा। हाई इंटेंसिटी का ब्लास्ट इसे कहेंगे। और सामने की तरफ जो आग लगी थी वो सामने की तरफ आपको दिखाई दे रही है। राकेश नेगी वो सामने की तरफ जूम करके दिखाई। देखिए ये पूरा सीक्वेंस था और गाड़ी जो है वहां पर एक वैन मारुति ओमनी वैन दिखाई दे रही है ठीक उसके पीछे जिसमें आग लगी है। ये वैगनर गाड़ी भी इसमें चपेट में आई है। वैगनर गाड़ी जिसके ठीक आगे की साइड का जो शीशा है वो पूरा ध्वस्त हुआ है। और सामने आपको दिल्ली पुलिस दिखाई देगी, फायर की टीमें दिखाई देगी। स्कूटी चपेट में आई है। उसके अलावा जो वैन है वो चपेट में आई है। एक ऑटो दिख रहा है उसके ऊपर, ठीक ऑटो चपेट में आया हुआ है। यानी काफ़ी जो हाई इंटेंसिटी का ब्लास्ट था और इस ब्लास्ट की उम्मीद किसी को नहीं थी, क्योंकि ये मेट्रो गेट नंबर 1 और 4 ठीक इस तरफ 4 है, उस तरफ 1 है। देखिए ये मेट्रो लाल किला गेट नंबर 4 है जिसके ठीक सामने की तरफ ये पूरा घटनाक्रम हुआ है। इस वक्त न्यूज़ 18 इंडिया की टीम मौके पर स्पॉट पर हम हैं और आप देखेंगे यहाँ पर जो सामने की तरफ आपको पुलिसकर्मी दिखा रहे हैं, क्योंकि पूरा एरिया कॉर्डन ऑफ कर लिया गया है, क्योंकि जिस तरह की इन्वेस्टिगेशन है वो यहाँ पर चलेगी। लेकिन फायर की टीम है वहाँ पर अब गाड़ी में आग बुझाई जा चुकी है। लेकिन जो गाड़ियाँ राइट साइड में दिखाई राकेश ने कि हाँ ये देखिए ये वो कारें हैं जो सड़क पर चल रही थी, वो धमाके की चपेट में आई है। क्योंकि एक गाड़ी की जो बैकलाइट है वो
Well, that was Deepak Bisht. Deepak Bisht, also of News 18 India, along with Anshul, present on ground and gotten closer to the incident area. We'll try and go to Anshul. Okay, Deepak is reporting again, and then we'll get Anshul also.
दिखाऊंगा आपको। ये देखिए ये राइट साइड में गाड़ियां चल रही हैं सड़क पर, लाल किले के ठीक सामने ये गाड़ियां चल रही हैं जिसकी जो बैकलाइट है वो भी जल रही है। इसका मतलब साफ है गाड़ियां यहां से चल रही थी। इसके अंदर भी जो धमाका हुआ है, धमाके से मुझे लगता है काफी लोग इसकी चपेट में आए हैं, क्योंकि धमाके के बाद ही यहाँ पर ये सब चलती हुई गाड़ियां अचानक रुकी हैं। इनमें भी आग लगी है और ये चलती हुई गाड़ियां बीच सड़क पर लाल किले के ठीक सामने ये गाड़ी चल रही है और उनमें धमाका हुआ। धमाके का असर भी उसमें हुआ, लेकिन जो धमाका हुआ था वो काफ़ी खतरनाक था। देखिए ऊपर एक पोस्टर में दिखाऊंगा, पोस्टर भी बिल्कुल धमाके के बाद किस तरह से उसका निशान यहाँ पर दिख रहा है। तो इसका मतलब ये है कि जो धमाका था, हाई इंटेंसिटी का ब्लास्ट यहाँ पर हुआ था। उसके बाद जो गाड़ियाँ थी, एक गाड़ी यहाँ पर दिखाई देगी बस आपको, ये बस रोक दी गई थी। क्योंकि इसलिए रोकी गई क्योंकि यहाँ पर अचानक धमाका हुआ, उसकी चपेट में बस ना आए, इसलिए बस को तुरंत ही खाली करवाएगा और सब लोग यहाँ से हटाए गए। आप देखेंगे यहाँ पर बिल्कुल पूरा रूट, ये वैगनार जो यहाँ पर खड़ी है, ये वैगनार ऐसा लग रहा है प्राइवेट नंबर की गाड़ी है और सामने सामने देखिए कुछ चीजें यहाँ पर सामने दिखाई दे रही हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ पर हो सकता है कि कोई यहाँ पर घायल पड़ा हो, उसको ले आया गया हो, लेकिन यहाँ पर कई गाड़ियां यहाँ पर चपेट में आई हैं और ये साफ तौर पर यहाँ पर दिख रहा है कि यहाँ पर जो धमाका हुआ था वो काफी हाई इंटेंसिटी का धमाका था। लो इंटेंसिटी का धमाका कभी भी इस तरह से इतनी गाड़ियों को चपेट में नहीं ले सकता, और इसीलिए यहाँ पर न्यूज़ 18 इंडिया की टीम पहुंची है ये सब दिखाने के लिए, क्योंकि हम देख पा रहे हैं हमारे सामने कई गाड़ियां इसकी चपेट में है। आप देखेंगे सामने कुछ गाड़ियां जो है पूरी तरह से ध्वस्त हो गई हैं, जो राइट साइड में, क्योंकि रेड लाइट रेड बनाई गई है, और उसके बाद जो उस तरफ पुलिस ने जो घेराबंदी की है, उसके अलावा ये जो गाड़ियां इस वक्त चपेट में आई है, इसका मतलब साफ है कि एक बड़ा धमाका था, एक ऐसा धमाका जिसे यहाँ पर देखा गया, लोगों ने महसूस किया, क्योंकि आसपास के लोगों ने बहुत तेज आवाज सुनी थी। और बिल्कुल
Well, that was Deepak Bisht. He's reporting on News 18 India and also CNN News 18, getting you the pictures, and we'll try and bring in Anshul also. He's also live at the spot and try and get you more details. Now, you see the damage, viewers. As we see these pictures that are coming in, you notice the damage. That impact has happened to also vehicles moving on the road because of that blast on the car, the battery-operated car, and the intensity is quite severe. The car blowing to smithereens, parts going here and there. But if you were to see, the vehicles which were on the road, which were in the immediate radius, have been impacted, but there haven't been too many shattering of glasses. Now, these are all certain indicators of whether it is battery, whether it is the fuel of the car, it's an accident which has happened, or if it is an engineered IED. The other part that we are getting, and this is confirmation, there is no crater in the area where this has happened. That means that there is no clearly, that's one of the telltale signs of an IED or an improvised explosive device. So that's not there. But it's a high intensity blast in a high density area with a lot of vehicles around, and that's why about 10 to 12 cars and vehicles, let's not say cars, but vehicles have suffered damage. We can see there is a proper cordon that's been put out immediately. Within 30 minutes of the incident happening, the fire's been doused, the Delhi police teams, the agencies, they are all around. Let's try and get the latest pictures if we can also. These are pictures from earlier. These are pictures from earlier when the blast has happened, when the incident has happened, and in that area, the cops have already responded. The fire tenders responding within 10 minutes of the incident being called, and within 15 minutes or 20 minutes of the incident, of them reaching the site, they've doused the fire. Now, they've not only doused the fire, they're also saying that they did not see anybody very severely injured. Now, this is the one. Now, let's try and look at these pictures. What's happening? People are standing and they're trying to make videos. After first they run to safety, then they come back to make videos to see what all is happening here, who are all involved. At this point, there doesn't seem to be too many people who are stuck inside, that there are others who are rescuing. Look at this car. Look at this car. The cops are there. There's a smashed car, and they're trying to see if there is somebody stuck inside that car, and they're trying to rescue that person. The people also moving in, pitching in to help and move people. Eyewitnesses and also the authorities have confirmed some people who may have serious injuries or may be injured, but nobody who's very, very critically injured, and no deaths so far. That's what. Let's hope it stays that way, that everybody recovers and there are no casualties. And look at the third set of visuals. Look at these visuals. Now you can see portions of the car that are smashed. Look at the intensity of the fire. It's a blazing fire, and this seems to be the center. This is where the fire is centered, and then there are other pieces which have moved to the other side. Now let's listen in. We've got an eyewitness speaking.
कैसे हुआ था? तगड़ा धमाके की आवाज आई थी, बस ये बोटी पड़ी है सब देख लो। तकरीबन कितने लोग उस समय कुछ अंदाजा नहीं है।
The eyewitness will try and some of these pictures could be a little disturbing, viewers, so please exercise discretion. We're just getting you inputs and information as it's coming in, as it's streaming in. Another eyewitness speaking. Let's listen in.
मेरा नाम राजधर पांडे।
क्या हुआ सर, आप क्या बता पाएंगे? कुछ
नहीं जी, हम कुछ नहीं, हम ये देखे, लपट देखा। हाँ। अपने छत से देखा, तभी मैं नीचे उतर के आया कि जरा देखूं कहाँ है क्या, और तो पता नहीं
किसी तरह की कोई आवाज आपने सुनी?
हाँ, बहुत जोर आवाज आई, बिल्डिंग खिड़की हिल गई। हाँ, खिड़की हिल गई।
आपका घर कितना दूर है?
ये रहा गुरुद्वारे के पास। मेरा नाम राजधर पांडे।
क्या हुआ सर, आप क्या बता पाएंगे कुछ?
नहीं जी, हम कुछ नहीं, हम ये देखे लपट देखा, हाँ, अपने छत से देखा।
That's playing on a loop now. Rajdhar Pandey, an old gentleman, says he lives close to the Gurdwara, which is about a few 100 meters away, and behind that, and he said that he felt his glasses rattle. Deepak Bisht getting us a live ground report.
महकमा है वो यहाँ पर पहुंचा हुआ है और इन्वेस्टिगेशन इसलिए जारी है क्योंकि गए हैं वहां तक का एरिया कॉर्डन ऑफ किया जाएगा क्योंकि इन्वेस्टिगेशन टीमें यहाँ पर पहुंची है, डॉग स्क्वाड यहाँ पर पहुंचा, फोरेंसिक की टीमें यहाँ पर पहुंची है, सब जांचा जाएगा कि किस तरह का ये धमाका है। क्या यहाँ पर ये जो एक टेरर एंगल की बात हम कर रहे थे, सुबह से लगातार फरीदाबाद में पुलिस ने कई सारी एजेंसियों ने मिलकर वहाँ पर रेड करी थी, वो एक टेरर एंगल से वहाँ पर विस्फोटक बरामद किया गया था, लेकिन क्या उसकी खींच यहाँ पर उतारी गई है, ऐसा भी सबसे पॉसिबल हो सकता है। लेकिन जिस तरह से ब्लास्ट आप देखेंगे, कई गाड़ियां यहाँ पर चपेट में, एक नहीं बल्कि कई गाड़ियों में आग लगी। उसके बाद फायर की टीमें यहाँ पर पहुंची, 5 से 7 गाड़ियां यहाँ पर पहुंची, दिल्ली पुलिस को यहाँ पर इन्फॉर्म किया गया, दिल्ली पुलिस के अधिकारी यहाँ पर पहुंचे, सारा जो महकमा है वो यहाँ पर पहुंचा हुआ है और इन्वेस्टिगेशन इसलिए जारी है क्योंकि जिस तरह का धमाका हम इससे पहले मैंने 2005 के भी ब्लास्ट देखा था, 2008 में देखा था करोल बाग, और उसके बाद सिलसिलेवार बम धमाके हमने देखे थे, 2011 हमने देखा था, 10 देखा था। तो इस तरह के ब्लास्ट हमने अनुमान नहीं लिए, तो काफी लंबे समय बाद इस तरह का ब्लास्ट है। तो एक कहा जा सकता है जिस तरह से आज ये ब्लास्ट हुआ है, क्या ये एक टेरर एंगल है, इसको लेकर यहाँ पर पुलिस कुछ देर बाद वेरीफाई करेगी, कुछ देर बाद इसकी पुष्टि कर दी जाएगी। लेकिन जिस तरह का ये धमाका है, ये आम धमाका नहीं कहा जा सकता, और इसलिए भी नहीं कहा जा सकता क्योंकि इसमें अब तक 9 लोगों की मौत की पुष्टि हो चुकी है, यानी एक बड़ा धमाका जिसमें अब तक अस्पताल में 9 लोगों के शव पहुंच चुके हैं। और ये एक
Viewers, this is disturbing news and this is unfortunate. Now we got confirmation from the hospital. The hospital PRO has confirmed 9 people confirmed dead, and one of the eyewitnesses, who's a shopkeeper, says that he fell down thrice during the explosion. He's never heard something as loud as this ever. This is the eyewitness's account, and the hospital, the LNJP hospital PRO, confirming 9 people dead. Now, that means this is far greater than an accident right now, and it is far greater. The dimensions now suddenly change. Delhi Police PRO now with us on the phone line. Sanjay Tyagi ji, namaste. LNJP हॉस्पिटल कह रहा है 9 लोग मरे हैं इस धमाके में।
देखिए, अभी जैसे ही धमाके की सूचना मिली थी, पुलिस की तमाम टीम्स और सीनियर ऑफिसर्स मौके पर पहुंचे, मौके पर जांच की जा रही है, सारी स्पेशलाइज्ड एजेंसीज भी मौके पे हैं, धमाके के कारणों की भी जांच की जा रही है और कितनी क्षति पहुंची है इसकी भी जांच की जा रही है। कुछ समय में हम वी शुड बी एबल टू शेयर द डिटेल्स विद यू। कुछ समय में आपके साथ सारी जानकारी साझा की जाएगी। अभी पुलिस के तमाम सीनियर ऑफिसर्स और टीम की असरटेन करने में लगे हुए हैं कि धमाके का कारण क्या होगा और उससे कितनी क्षति पहुंची है।
संजय जी, LNJP PRO has said 9 people are dead.
No, I am not denying from that, but I am not confirming also because I have not got any information from LNJP. हमारी टीम्स अस्पतालों से भी, LNJP के अलावा भी कोई अस्पताल हो सकता है, तमाम से सूचनाएं इकट्ठी की जा रही हैं और मौके की भी जांच की जा रही है। कुछ समय में मैं आपसे विस्तृत जानकारी साझा करूंगा।
What is your assessment of the blast? Is it a high intensity blast? Will you call it a high intensity blast?
अभी हम ये लोग इस बारे में कहने की स्थिति में नहीं है। अभी कुछ समय और लगेगा जांच में, तभी हम कह पाएंगे कि ब्लास्ट का कारण क्या रहा होगा और क्या इंटेंसिटी रही होगी।
ये गाड़ी में ब्लास्ट हुआ, इतना आप बता सकते हैं? Was it a car?
Yes, it was a car. It was a car. It was a blast in a car. वो कारण, उसका कार का इंटरनल कोई फेलियर है, सीएनजी है या कोई एक्सटर्नल कारण है, इस विषय में कुछ समय बाद ही जानकारी दी जा सकेगी।
What is the damage that's been seen? आसपास की कितनी गाड़ियां और क्या उसमें लोग?
मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, उस गाड़ी को तो क्षति पहुंची ही है काफी
जी,
आसपास की गाड़ियों को भी क्षति पहुंची है। उन सभी फैक्ट्स को हम लोग वेरीफाई कर रहे हैं। जस्ट गिव अस सम टाइम, वी विल शेयर यू विद फुल डिटेल्स।
Are there injuries also? Are people injured also?
That is what I am saying. People are injured. Vehicles have been damaged. So the quantum of damage and the cause of blast explosion are being verified by senior officers and various specialized police teams. In some time, we should be able to share the details with you.
Some eyewitnesses have said that they have never heard something so loud ever in their lives. In fact, they fell down twice or thrice when this happened.
That is all being verified. That is all being verified.
All right, Sanjay Tyagi ji, thank you. Thank you for speaking with us. So Sanjay Tyagi there, the Delhi Police PRO saying that yes, people are dead. How many he can't confirm. Yes, people are injured. How many he can't confirm, but they will be releasing a statement soon. We got another eyewitness speaking.
सर आपका?
मेरा नाम है वलीउर रहमान।
जिस वक्त ये आवाज आई क्या हुआ?
जिस टाइम आवाज आई धमाका हुआ तो मैं दुकान पे बैठ गई, पीछे मेरी दुकान है, यहीं पे दुकान है, यहीं पे तो मैं चेयर पे बैठा हुआ था। एकदम से अचानक इतनी तेज धमाका हुआ कि मेरे लाइफ में इतनी तेज मैंने अपनी आवाज के भी नहीं सुना। धमाके के दहल पे मैं 3 बार गिरा हूँ, उठाऊं फिर गिरा हूँ, उठा से धरती फटने वाला है, इतनी तेज धमाका हुई है। ठीक है, तो मैं दुकान छोड़ करके एकदम से भागा। मेरे साथ ही बहुत सारी पब्लिक भागी, एक पे एक पब्लिक गिर रही थी। उस टाइम ऐसा लग रहा था कि हम कुछ पल में, और दूसरा धमाका हुआ था हम मरने वाले हैं। ऐसा लग रहा कि हम बचने का चांस, ऐसा लग रहा कि मौत तो मुंह से देख रहे हैं, इस तरह से नजारा था। तो मैं भाग करके साइकिल मार्केट में गया, वहाँ जा करके मैं एक कोल्ड ड्रिंक लिया। 2 बंदे को ने मेरे पे अच्छे से काबू किया, मेरे को समझाया कि हो जाता तो फिर मेरे को रिलैक्स मिला। फिर मैं दोबारा यहाँ दुकान से चाबी ले करके, ये चाबी दुकान की, मैं चाबी दुकान बंद करके फिर अब घर जा रहा हूँ मैं।
So now we get the latest viewers. The eyewitness says he's never heard something like that. He was so shaken, he needed people to calm him down. Deepak Bisht getting us another ground report.
वहां पर ब्लास्ट हुआ है और उसके बाद जो गाड़ियां दूर दूर तक थी, तकरीबन 100 मीटर तक इसकी चपेट में लोग यहां पर आए हैं। और धमाका इतना तेज था, तीव्रता वाला था, जिसके बाद ये अंदाजा लगाया जा सकता है कि इस तरह का धमाका अमूमन ऐसा धमाका सामान्य धमाका नहीं कहा जा सकता। और ये कहीं ना कहीं इसके पीछे कोई ना कोई टेरर एंगल है। और जाहिर सी बात है कि इस तरह का धमाका उस वक्त किया गया जब भीड़ भरा यहाँ पर इलाका, जिस वक्त लाल किले की रेड लाइट जब चलती है, तो उस वक्त जो गाड़ियां यहाँ पर चल रही थी वो भी चपेट में आई है। 2 से 3 गाड़ियां नहीं बल्कि कई सारी गाड़ियां यहां पर चपेट में आई है। और सबसे अहम चीज ये कि जो वैन यहां पर खड़ी थी, लेफ्ट साइड में वैन आपको दिखा रहा है, ये मारुति वैन ओमनी, उसके ठीक आगे एक ऑटो जो है वो बिल्कुल पलटा हुआ सा नजर आ रहा है। यानी ये भी यहां पर खड़े थे, इनमें तेज धमाका हुआ। तो क्या आगे वाली गाड़ी में ये ब्लास्ट की कोशिश की गई थी उसमें रखकर, या फिर पीछे किया गया था? क्योंकि जिस तरह से आग थी, शुरुआती दौर में इसे कई लोगों ने कहा था कि तेज धमाके की आवाज उन लोगों ने सुनी है, लेकिन यहां पर जिस तरह से धमाका हुआ है वो लो इंटेंसिटी का ब्लास्ट कहीं नहीं जा सकता, कहीं कोई कह भी नहीं सकता, क्योंकि ये हाई इंटेंसिटी का ब्लास्ट है। इसके पीछे बड़ी साजिश यहां पर नजर आ रही है। क्योंकि हमने एक दिन, आज ही सुबह हम लगातार फरीदाबाद से थे जी।
इस वक्त तो मैं लाल किला के ठीक सामने हूँ जहाँ पर जोरदार धमाका हुआ। धमाके के बाद यहाँ पर स्थानीय पुलिस की टीम पहुंची है, एम्बुलेंस यहाँ पे काफी पहुंची है, और इसके साथ साथ फॉरेंसिक जांच करने के लिए यहाँ पे अलग अलग टीम आ रही है। खासतौर पर अगर दिल्ली पुलिस की स्पेशल सेल की बात करें, क्राइम ब्रांच की बात करें, लगातार यहाँ पर कई टीम जो है वो आ रहे हैं। और यहाँ पर देखिए वरिष्ठ पुलिस अधिकारी जो है वो यहाँ पे पहुंच रहे हैं। देखिए ये मैं सबसे पहले दिखाना चाहूंगा, ये है दिल्ली पुलिस की स्पेशल सेल की टीम यहाँ पे पहुंची है। स्पेशल सेल के एडिशनल सीपी प्रमोद कुशवाहा जी वो पहुंचे हैं, और स्पेशल सेल की ये टीम यहाँ पे पहुंची है। और विशेष तौर पे यहाँ पे देखा जा सकता है ये घटना स्थल पर ये एम्बुलेंस यहाँ से जाता हुआ, और यहाँ पे लगातार यहाँ पे वरिष्ठ अधिकारी जो हैं वो यहाँ पे पहुंचे हैं, जो मौके का मुआयना कर रहे हैं। और इसके साथ ही एक कुछ जिससे भी बात करते हैं कि जिस तरह से यहाँ पे आज घटना हुई है, क्या कहना चाहेंगे? इस वक्त तो मैं लाल किला के ठीक।
So that's the latest coming in. Shankar Anand also getting us a report, and I think there are a lot of people who are quite shocked and shaken by what's happened around them in Red Fort. These are pictures at 18:55 p.m. Viewers who are tuning into CNN News 18 at this point, viewers, just recapping, a quick recap as you see these pictures. These are from about an hour ago, exactly an hour ago, 18:55 p.m. That's when a incident was reported outside the Red Fort metro station, gate number 1. Right outside that, there was a huge explosion that happened, triggered because of a blast in a car, and the explosion happened, and then there's a huge blast. The impact was felt for nearly about 100 meters radius, but there were cars in and around that car, in this way, around this vehicle, that also bore the brunt of this explosion. The impact happened, and there were cars that were passing by, 10 or 12 cars. There are reports now that 9 people are feared dead. They were injured, were rushed to the nearby LNJP hospital, who have now confirmed that 9 people are feared dead. There are many who are injured. We don't know. A top cop speaking.
उसके लिए कम से कम बेसिक इन्फॉर्मेशन आप दे दीजिए.
As of now, I cannot tell you anything. It is under investigation.
Sir, what is the primary information?
So a senior cop on grounds, Delhi Police Special Cell senior officers are present. The MHA has taken cognizance. Central agencies are present. They're all going to get into the thick of it and understand what caused this blast. Was it a battery-operated vehicle, a CNG-operated vehicle? Did that go off? Was it fully tanked? And that's why the fuel cost added to the entire incendiary and the explosion. Why did that happen? The car smashed, blown to smithereens, blown to bits, nearby vehicles suffering intense damage. Now eyewitness is saying more reactions coming through.
सूचना नहीं है, संभावना है कि कैजुअल्टी हैं इसमें। अभी हम पुलिस के साथ जो है कम्युनिकेशन कर रहे हैं इस मामले में, जिससे कि हमें एग्जैक्ट फिगर मिल सके। अभी तक हमारे पास कोई फिगर एग्जैक्ट नहीं है।
तो एग्जैक्टली कितनी गाड़ियां अभी भी वहाँ पर आपकी मौजूद है?
अभी सारी गाड़ियां वहीं मौजूद हैं। जो टीम सारी वहीं पर है, हमने विड्रॉ नहीं किया है अभी, क्योंकि वो लोग जो अगर कोई इंजरी है तो उसकी जो है कैजुअल्टी अगर कोई है तो उसकी जो है इन्फॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
इसके पीछे की का रीजन क्या समझ में आ रहा है सर?
देखिए, ये आप कैसे लगी, एक्सप्लोजन हुआ, ये कैसे हुआ, ये सब आप पुलिस से पूछिएगा, पुलिस इस बारे में आपको ज्यादा पता करेगी।
तो सर आगे की अभी तैयारियां पूरी है, अगर यहाँ पर दोबारा से कुछ ऐसी चीजें होती हैं तो?
भगवान ना करे ऐसी चीज दोबारा हो या कोई इस तरह का कोई भी एक्सीडेंट दोबारा हो, बट दिल्ली फायर सर्विस हमेशा ही तैयार रहती है। जैसा कि आप खुद ही देख सकते हैं कि मात्र जो है 34 मिनट के अंदर इस आग को हमने बुझा दिया है।
घायलों का भी कोई यहाँ पर भी आया है?
अभी हमारे पास कोई सूचना नहीं है, हम इन्फॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं।
It is again the Delhi Fire Services who said in 34 minutes they have been able to douse the fire, bring the fire under control, draw a ring, but they are still pressed there. 7 fire tender services were present there, and these services are still there. The firemen are still there just to get details if there are casualties, if there are injuries, what's caused those injuries, and the fire services still present. Delhi Police Central Agencies present. Look at the damage that's been caused. Bikes, scooties, autos, e-rickshaws, cars, and passing cars also on that road, because this is right at the edge of the main road. That's what the Deepak Bish's report says. The main vehicle has been smashed. It's blown to bits. It's like really burnt. There are people. दीपक बिष्ट joining us and getting us more.
पता लग रहा है कि इसके पीछे कहीं ना कहीं आतंकी हाथ है, और इसी वजह से, क्योंकि जो धमाका हुआ है इस तरह का धमाका है जो पहले से प्लान किया गया था, और यहाँ पर अचानक ये धमाका हुआ है, और कहीं ना कहीं इसके पीछे बड़ी साजिश है। जिस तरह से हम आज देख रहे थे कि लगातार फरीदाबाद में जे&के पुलिस और फरीदाबाद पुलिस के ऑपरेशन में कई किलो जो RDX विस्फोटक बरामद किया गया था, उसके बाद ये धमाका शाम को हुआ है, जब पूरे मार्केट एरिया में यहाँ पर भारी भीड़ रहती है, और जो गाड़ियाँ इसकी चपेट में आई है, कुछ चलते हुए यहाँ से जा रही थी, जिसमें टैक्सी नंबर की गाड़ी है, प्राइवेट नंबर की गाड़ियां हैं, उसके अलावा जो यहाँ पर गाड़ियां खड़ी थी, पार्किंग जहाँ पर होती है अक्सर, वहाँ पर ऑटो भी चपेट में आया है, ई रिक्शा चपेट में आया है। ई रिक्शा में कई लोग हो सकते हैं, ऑटो में कई लोग हो सकते हैं। तो ये वही लोग हैं जो इस वक्त जिन लोगों की मौत की बात आ रही है, जिन लोगों के घायल होने की बात आ रही है। और यहाँ पर मैं दिखाऊंगा आपको, सभी टीमें यहाँ पर पहुंची है, डॉग स्क्वाड यहाँ पर पहुंचा है, फॉरेंसिक टीम यहाँ पर पहुंची है, दिल्ली पुलिस की सभी टीमें, आला अधिकारी सब मौके पर हैं, क्योंकि इन्वेस्टिगेशन की जा रही है। सबसे अहम चीज ये कि क्योंकि स्पेशल सेल यहाँ पर पहुंची है, सबसे अहम चीज ये कि यहाँ पर जांच करना अब जरूरी हो गया है कि किस तरह का ब्लास्ट है, क्योंकि अब तक थोड़ी देर पहले तक ये बताया जा रहा था कि ये ब्लास्ट हो सकता है कि CNG ब्लास्ट हो या फिर कोई ऐसी बैटरी का ब्लास्ट हो, लेकिन जिस तरह से ब्लास्ट है तो ऐसा अमूमन बैटरी या फिर सिलेंडर ब्लास्ट में नहीं होता है। और हमने इससे पहले जो धमाके देखे हैं लो इंटेंसिटी या फिर हाई इंटेंसिटी के, चाहे वो इससे पहले जो भी ISIS के तर्ज पर करवाए गए थे, ये सब ब्लास्ट के तरीका अलग था, लेकिन ये पैटर्न पहले जैसा ही पैटर्न है। एक बार 2010 में हमें याद है जामा मस्जिद के पास ब्लास्ट की एक बड़ी साजिश कार के अंदर कुकर बम रख कर की गई थी, जिस वक्त मीडिया वहां पर कवरेज करने के लिए हम लोग पहुंचे थे, लेकिन वो धमाका नहीं हो पाया था, नहीं तो वहां पर बड़ी कैजुअल्टी होती। तो उसी तरह का यहाँ पर कार के अंदर ये धमाका जो हुआ है, ये बिल्कुल सेम उसी पैटर्न पर धमाका लग रहा है। और यहाँ पर जो अधिकारी हैं, जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन टीमें हैं, जो स्पेशल सेल और क्राइम ब्रांच के अलावा जो NIA यहाँ पर टीमें पहुंची है।
Right. So Deepak Bish, for the first time, bringing in the terror angle on a day when a terror module has been busted and nearly 3,000 kilograms of possible IED material, explosive material, making material has been recovered in Faridabad and the Delhi NCR region, that a blast or an incident like this happens. He's going back to the fact where terror modules were using this entire strategy of using cooker bombs inside fuel-filled cars to try and trigger a massive explosion. 2010, 2011, we had seen this in Coimbatore blast also. Similar modus operandi was being tried. Anvit now joining us with more. Anvit, yes, many are feared dead. Those numbers may vary, but we're given to understand at least 9 reported dead. The cop speaking, Anvit, coming to you. Let's see if the cop says anything to News 18 and the agency. Don't think the cops will say anything till the time there is an official statement coming from the commissioner's office itself. Anvit, yes, go ahead.
Are here to be injured. We spoke to senior police officials and they said that multiple people have been rushed to various hospitals in the vicinity, and as the reports from the hospital will confirm whether how many of them had to be pronounced dead on arrival or whether they succumbed to their injuries. But yes, not good reports coming in from the spot. At least 15 to 20 people are supposedly to have been rushed to the hospitals, and out of them at least 8 to 9 are reportedly fatally injured, and what we are also learning that many others have sustained critical injuries, and the situation is being continuously monitored. At the same time, we spoke to also Delhi Fire Services and senior officials that confirmed that the fire has been contained, but cooling operations are still underway because the impacted vehicle, it's not just the only vehicle, but in fact in the vicinity at least 4 to 5 vehicles have also been damaged, and people standing in the vicinity, they have been critically injured. So police are right now at the spot. They've cordoned the entire area, and no one is being allowed inside also because the forensic teams are arriving, and they'll pick up samples which will be really crucial to find out whether it was just a normal blast probably because of the CNG leak in the vehicle or any other reason, or there could be any bigger picture to look into. Forensic teams will collect samples from not only from that vehicle but also from the recent nearby areas to check if there could be a possibility of sprinters, there could be a possibility of RDX, because earlier in the day today only big module like you mentioned was busted, and RDX suspected material was also recovered from the NCR. So it is important to check here whether it could be the same material. There could be any possible link between that module that has been busted and this blast that has been taken place.
That still remains in the realm of speculation, and we will wait for any confirmation from the investigating agencies, although there are many who are at the site and who are getting to hear a lot of unofficial information, viewers. We'll try and hold that back right now. Let's just pray for a speedy recovery for all those who are injured.
आपको कितने बजे जानकारी मिली और ये कैसा धमाका देख रहे हैं, कितना गंभीर हो सकता है? कैजुअलिटीज सर बहुत ज्यादा है। कैजुअलिटीज सुरक्षा के नजरिए कितने हैं उसका आंकड़ा क्या अभी आया है सर? इंजर्ड कितने हैं, कितनी कैजुअलिटीज है वो आंकड़ा आया है अभी सर?
सर अभी तक क्या हालात हैं यहाँ के?
पुलिस के आला अधिकारी अब मौके पर पहुँच रहे हैं, तमाम सवाल।
तो फिर भी यहाँ पे कितनी कैजुअलिटीज हैं, क्या सिचुएशन?
एक मिनट आप लोग एक मिनट यहाँ पे हाथात होने की खबर है। सीआरपी है ये तो
टूट जाएगा।
Right, so top cops also making their way, all central agencies getting involved. This looks like more than an accident, but what is it? We don't know. We will try and wait till there's a confirmation of what actually happened, what caused this explosion, and then the blast that's claimed at least 8 people as of now. And there are many who are feared injured. At least 10 to 12 victims have suffered severe damage. The locals, the eyewitnesses are quite shaken because they've never heard such an explosion before. There are patterns which are being drawn. There are similes which are being drawn. Reporters on ground are saying that there could be far more. There's an eyewitness speaking. Let's listen in. All right, we'll try and go back to the eyewitness in a bit. But we have NND Dubey, former DG BSF and DG NIA with us. Major Manik Jolly, security expert with us. We'll try and go across to our reporters also as and when we get a latest update. But NND Dubey ji, namaste. Manik Jolly ji, namaste. May I first ask you, Mr. Dubey, how would you see the pictures? How would you read the pictures? You're a former DG NIA. Is there more to it than an accident?
Thank you so much. First, I'll correct you. I was DIG and NIA, number one. Number two, that the entire situation is very perplexing because it's a such a, you can say, coincidence and well timed with the with a very big breaking news on the terror, which was started last morning, and the recoveries and the arrests made today in Faridabad on the tip off of JNK police have been are compelling all of us to connect. But as you say, and the police also stated that so far they are not confirming that it's a terror attack, but the casualties are high, and there are many injuries, and I pray that they recover fast. But what I can see from the pattern that the casualty may go up, and the time and the place chosen for this blast, what type of blast it is very difficult to say. It will be a premature statement, but it's a matter of few minutes, few hours, and I'm very sure that the forensic teams, the NIA team, NSG team, Delhi Police Forensic Squad, which is examining the articles picked up from the scene of crime, they must be examining, and it doesn't take much time to first-hand convey whether it is linked to the terror attack, it's some explosive, RDX blast, it's something accident. It's a matter of time, but it's a very perplexing and it's very concerning, and the entire clock is basically indicating to something bad,
but Mr.
something concerning.
Yeah.
Only that much I can tell you at this stage. I'm also putting my fingers crossed.
So you are, with your experience and with what you can see at the site, you are saying this is more than an accident. Possibly what, we do not know, but perhaps, but it's not just a battery exploding in a car.
The place and the time for this incident is it's very critical, and normally it is very rare to see such a huge fire, such a huge cross-connecting fire with to the various vehicles, inflicting so much casualty. Because this is the first-hand report gotten from the hospital LNJP.
Yes.
But you take it, but you see the numbers are suddenly increased, and I mean the final thing will come. It will come few hours to come to in the public domain.
But as of now, more than 20 people injured, nearly 8 dead. Let's just hope that number revises downward in terms of number of dead. But as of now, 8 dead, 24 injured. How many critical, we do not know, Mr. Dubey. Manik Jolly ji is also, Major Manik Jolly also with us. But Mr. Anandi Dubey, when there are central agencies who have come there, it takes 34 minutes for the fire department to douse the flames. There is no crater there, but this vehicle explodes. There are parallels being drawn to earlier car bombs and earlier patterns. Also, you are saying, let's put into perspective that 3,000 kilograms of ammonium nitrate and other explosive material has now been unearthed in Faridabad. Something was being plotted and this happens. Now, the authorities may take some time. We are getting an eyewitness speaking. Let's listen it.
कार में तो आप लोग वहीं खड़े थे? आप वहीं थे?
मैं उसके पीछे पीछे चल रहा था।
कार के? तो कितने लोग सवार थे उस गाड़ी में, कुछ पता चला?
होंगे 4-5, कई जने वैसे ही जल गए, आसपास में जो थे वो फटे।
कितनी गाड़ियाँ डैमेज हुई हैं यहाँ पे? कितनी?
2-3 गाड़ी।
वो जो कार सवार थे उनकी क्या हालत कैसी है?
कुछ तो गंभीर है, 8-10 तो गंभीर है, 20-25 जनों को वैसे चोट आई है उनके जैसे खींचड़ों से, कुछ हाथों हाथ खत्म।
कितने बजे घटना घटी?
7 बजे। 7 बजे। 7 पुट्टे 7 में बम फट गया।
7 बजते
पुट्टे 7 में बस बम फट गया। मैं अपना दुकान वहीं पे था, मेरा दुकान।
कितनी गाड़ियाँ चपेट में आई यहाँ इसके बम के?
2 बस जल गया है।
2 बस भी?
हाँ।
बड़ी घटना को अंजाम देने का यहाँ पे सोचा गया था।
More reactions. We try and get that eyewitness in a red cap who accounted, and he said, I was right behind a vehicle that got damaged. Whether it was a vehicle that got damaged or it was a vehicle which was on the move that exploded, we have to wait and watch. And he said that there were there are 2 vehicles and about 8 or 10 people who really bore the brunt of this entire blast that's happened, and they're very critical. Now, 8 people dead. He said, the eyewitness himself said at least 20 to 24 people are injured, are critically injured. We try and get a confirmation of the numbers. Some of the eyewitnesses are saying that some of the injured have suffered loss of limb. We'll try and get those confirmations, but this is what's coming right now. An incident that happens nearly just around between 6:55 and 7 p.m. IST on the 10th of November. The fire is controlled by 7:34 p.m. IST by the fire services, but all the central agencies are there. It's on the middle of on the road near the Red Fort metro station, gate number 1, just about 100 meters away from that gate. This explosion happens. It impacts the vehicles that are parked on the side and also vehicles that are traveling. Look at this auto smashed. And it's blown. There is a lot of impact on it. Look at this. There are more pictures that are coming through where people have seen their vehicle really damaged. Auto drivers, e-rickshaw drivers, cars. So glasses have been smashed. The impact of the blast. Now there you go. Another auto damaged. The auto driver is injured. Pictures are a little disturbing, viewers. Please exercise caution, especially if there are minors who are watching this. We advise you to exercise caution, please. These are again more pictures coming in of traveling taxis, and this is the road, main road. And there are 2 other cars which are very close to this that also bore the brunt, and they also took a lot of impact. They got smashed. Whether a number of people who are inside, how critical they are, we don't know. How many survived, we don't know, but we know that there are deaths. At least so far it's in single digits. It's about 8 or 9 people. We'll wait for a confirmation. There is high alert now all around this region based on the developments. It's a cascading series of developments that's happened over the last 1 week since the arrest of the person in Anantnag or Pulwama-based person. His confessions leads the Delhi police and the Haryana police and the J&K police into Faridabad. The arrest happened there, and now and 3,000 kilograms of explosive making material has been found along with timers and etc. And now this happens, this incident happens. So far there's no official statement from the Delhi police. Another eyewitness
खाना खा रहे थे जामा मस्जिद पे बैठ के थोड़ा मीना बहर में, तो वहाँ पर देखा बहुत तेज ब्लास्ट हुआ, यहाँ आग भी चला और पता नहीं किस में ब्लास्ट हुआ। यहाँ लोग बता रहे हैं गाड़ी में हुआ कुछ ब्लास्ट, उसके आगे ऑटो था। कितने बजे की घटना है? ये 7:20 की। कई लोग क्या देखा था आपने कि क्या पड़ा था? अपनी मछली थी, लोग ज्यादा घायल हुए, क्या हुआ? लोग ज्यादा ही घायल होंगे, जब बड़ा ब्लास्ट है तो ऐसा नहीं।
We're going to pull out of this because this is somebody who's heard the blast, seen it, and then come there about 20 minutes since the incident happened. There are other eyewitnesses. The picture on the top right, a little disturbing. That's an auto driver, and he's injured. He's borne the blast. He's seen his vehicle smashed, and the windows have also smashed. So now the dynamics based on the pictures and the now visuals that are coming through viewers changes because the impact was huge. There are glasses that have smashed. There are people about 100 living about 150, 200 meters away who've seen their glasses in their homes and the windows rattle and shake. There are people who have fallen down twice because of the impact of the explosion and the noise itself. Major Manik Jolly.
So, I'd like to say, even though everybody's saying this could be a car blast and the CNG. Oh, hi, Anand. I didn't see. So, but the EVs or even in the CNG, we have seen a lot of videos of them. They burn. They don't blast. That's a defining feature of a EV or a battery or a CNG going.
Right.
The blast of a CNG cylinder is extremely rare. And even that, the radius cannot be more than 10 meters.
Okay.
And that is a gas which is dissipated and it catches fire. This humongous blast cannot be at prima facie attributed to a CNG cylinder going off, getting blast. Also, you need a very specific trigger to blast something like that. If you crash into a cylinder, then only it will blast. Otherwise, the gas will move out and it will catch fire. It will be like that.
So it's incendiary
I see.
rather than explosive.
Yeah, exactly. What I'll also add to this is that if you just go back to the sequence, what we have been following as a country, and when we were covering Ops Sindoor, it was answer to Pahalgam. Pahalgam was a kind of a statement by Pakistan that we are starting this. There was a pause of 4 or 5 months because of Ops Sindoor. The recent recoveries which have been made, as in the ground, is being prepared to again push India into chaos and make sure that terrorist attacks happen here and there. In view of all that and the recoveries that happened today, as in the wheels had been set in motion. So, as security agencies or intelligence agencies cannot just ignore it, cannot just take it as a arbitrary incident. It has to be, and there are very innovative ways to make these car blasts happen. It cannot be, if you're looking only for RDX, maybe you'll not get it. There could be mix of many chemicals, or there could be way to conduct this that will push us to the edge to prove that this was just not just a random, EV battery or a car blast.
So you're saying that there will be traces, the forensic teams are already there. Again, you agree with NND Dubey when he says that there is more to it than just a car blast in terms of a battery operated car or a CNG car blast. That would not cause this kind of an impact and this kind of a radius, and also it will not get the attention of all the central agencies along with the 7 fire tenders that despite dousing the fire are still staying put. Top officials, Special Cell of Delhi Police, NIA, they're all present there. DIG, BSF and DIG, NIA, NND Dubeji is with us. NND Dubeji, now when you see
Yes,
the latest accounts that you hear, what are your understanding? And I'm sure you would have also got some updates at your end. Ji.
My understanding is that basically post Operation Sindoor, there was already preparation going on. I am not so quickly connecting all these things to the post Operation Sindoor, what happened today. I am also awaiting certain confirmation, particularly from NIA, because the team will certainly come out with certain evidences which can very forcefully confirm that whether it's a very clearly linked with the terror attack, but the kind of damage, because there was some person saying there was no crater, because there can be blast without creating crater. Crater is not always mandatory and necessary for in blast cases. Crater is basically created because of certain other pattern of explosion. But if there is a car standing like this particular incident has happened, this may link up to something serious. But still, I put my fingers crossed. This may link up to the ongoing situation. This may link up to all the indications we are getting since last 4 to 5 months. Because it's foolhardy to think of that the counterpart, the enemy, is going to be silent. I mean, it was a clear statement from the top bosses of the Pakistan Army agencies. They were already declaring.
Mr. Dubey, Major Manik Jolly, just interrupting you, viewers, getting you an update. 15 people have been brought to Lok Nayak Hospital. 8 of them died before reaching the hospital. 3 are seriously injured. Statement by the medical superintendent of the Lok Nayak Jayaprakash Narayan LNJP Hospital. This is what he has told ANI. The medical superintendent has told ANI. Prayers for those who are critically injured. Let's hope they win this battle against death. There is one who's stable, and thanks for that. But 8 people did not even reach the hospital alive. They died en route to the hospital. So 8 deaths. There is a confirmation of that coming in from the LNJP hospital. We do not know if there are others who've been rushed to nearby other facilities or other hospitals by people, good Samaritans. We hope and pray that whoever got injured or whoever has been taken to hospital outside of these 8 who are dead, they all survive, they all recover. But there are also reports of some of these injured who may have suffered loss of limb. Yes, Mr. Dubey, please complete. Ji.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That basically the indications was already coming on and certain analysis were going on, because you see the kind of, I'm not directly linking with the incident which has happened. The recent incident just 24 to 48 hours before, I'm in Ansar Ghazwatul. The complete effort of reviving that old outfit of Zakir Musa post 2020, because as you know, the ferocious terrorist was parted away from Hizbul Mujahideen in 2017.
Yes.
And he floated this particular organization. And this was the person who was caught in Gorakhnath Mandir. If you remember the story, he was also from the same outfit.
Ji.
So there were 2 other successors of the terrorists who were killed after Musa. And after 2020, this was a serious effort to revive Ansar Ghazwatul, which is directly linked with Al-Qaeda, carrying the same philosophy of implementing the Sharia in Bharat. So this was effort and this was going on. That's why you see the medicos, a person specialized in medicine. He is basically the head of the module. And he's recruiting the urban radicalized people. I mean, totally fully educated. So it's not linked up with the person who is educated or not educated. It's the sensitivity, it's the motivation which connects the person to join such terror module, whether he's a MD, he's a doctor, he's an engineer, it's the immaterial.
Right.
So this entire effort is to revive Ansar Ghazwatul, directly link the Al Qaeda in India to spread the terrorism, and that is the whole basically objective. And
Or are these those sleeper cells that had gone dormant that have been reactivated? We have to wait and watch how the NIA decodes this along with the other agencies, and it all comes under the aegis of the person who's in charge of internal security of Bharat, that is the Union Home Minister, Amit Shah. And we are given to understand that he's had a word with the Delhi top cop and had a chat on this entire Red Fort blast to get an update and to see what is the reason and what has happened. Clearly, there will be more information that the police and the cops and the agencies will pass on to the Home Minister than what they are offering to the media, which is despite multiple questions. We have Shashikantji, also former IPS, with us, along with Major Manik Jolly and NND Dubeji, the former DIG, BSF and NIA. Shashikantji, your assumption here, one of the aspects is the cops were, as soon as they responded, they have cordoned off that area. They've cleared the place. They've also pushed the media back by at least about 20 meters, 30 meters, and cordoned off and created 2 rings around this entire incident area. Will this help the forensics also gather evidence?
Of course, when the forensics come in, certainly they are going to check up, like there was a talk about the crater and all those things. That's for the forensic. But let me tell you that I have been talking to my friends in J&K police and at certain other places in JCs. Obviously, it is an act of terror. You know, the first information which came from Jammu and Kashmir, and following which this particular raid was conducted in Faridabad, and 2,900 kilograms of ammonium nitrate was recovered. So it was a well-laid operation that it was going to happen. And again, I'll say that at least the 2,900 kilograms of ammonium nitrate which has been recovered, that means that possibly we'll save some more blast. May God help us. But this particular thing, car blast, was a massive one, act of terror. And I fear that if there is more, I don't know how much of ammonium nitrate or IEDs and remote control devices were recovered, and what's the information which really percolated from J&K police, that maybe there are still some remnants or some stocks here and there. It's about time when I think that all the intelligence agencies and police agencies all over, they need to look into it. Bottom line is there shouldn't be any other blast, and the guys who were responsible. And look, what had happened earlier at places, Balta House and all those places, there were persons who were supposedly within course civilized persons, educated persons, but they had been hobnobbing. That means the sleeper cells and these guys who are hobnobbing with them, who are giving them shelter, they're still there. I've always been maintaining, whether it's J&K or whether it is Punjab and this and that the first attempt has to be to dig out these sleeper cells. If they are not dug out soon, God forbid this kind of incidents. I know they've happened in Punjab also, and God forbid that they happen otherwise. It's about time that we need this first crackdown has to be on the sleeper cells and all the links which have come up. Like they are saying that the suspects, agencies suspect, J&K police suspects. There must be some more of this particular blasting IEDs and this kind of equipment. Yeah, thank you.
Right. Shashikantji, do stay on with us. Major Manik Jolly coming to you after we get an update from Arunima. Arunima, now the LNJP hospital confirming 8 people died. There's a top cop reacting.
मैम लाइट हुई है ऑफिशियल निहाल सर वाला लाइट हुआ है मैम ये निहाल सर वाले
तुम लोग यार होल्ड करके रखना, ठीक है? वहाँ पे भी हाथ पकड़ लो आप।
अरे कौन धक्का मार रहा है ये बदतमीज यार। आप क्या रवि का हाथ ऑलरेडी आगे है ना, कितनी मेरी है तुमको देखिए, मुझे रवि तुम आवाज दो यार, तुम हो यहाँ है वो रहा, देखिए वो रहा माइक आगे तो थोड़ा पीछे हो जाओ, आप लोग आएंगे
Akash is joining us. We are expecting a briefing from the top cop. Any moment now, the cops are just, they have clearly organized, put out the barricades and asked the officials to try and guard the area, surrounding area, keep the media behind. but there will be a briefing. We are given to understand there will be a briefing from a top cop. They're waiting for the senior officer to come. We'll see who is it that will give the briefing. Akash is joining us live from that very spot. Let's go across to him. Yes, Akash.
So Anand, right now what I'm showing you is the visuals of the very same spot where we have heard the explosion and also where this incident has taken place. You can see heavy police deployment right now, and in fact more and more personnel of Delhi police are coming. This whole area has been cordoned off, and we know that how they have in fact closed the selective gates of Red Fort station as well, because they don't want anyone to come in this particular area. I'll try to show you some visuals right now. We are learning that forensic teams have already reached. In fact, top officials of the Delhi police, are very much there. They are basically investigating as to what has happened, because the priority right now is to, take situation in control, and also as far as those injured are concerned. So they have been, in fact, they are being treated in the hospital right now. I'm showing you the visuals from the very same spot where this incident has happened at around 7:29. We have been given to understand, that this fire, in fact, got in control. But right now, the priority is, of course, the investigation. I'll try to show you the area. This is one area where we have, in fact, the buzzing market of Chandni